All right. Would you like to call either party as a witness?
Yes, please, if I could call Miss Bernard.
Yes.
Miss Bernard, can you please state your full name for the record?
Sierra Nicole Bernard.
Now, for purposes of eliminating any future issues of paternity, I went ahead and ordered that Mr. Thigpen be allowed to take the DNA test. Okay? So we went ahead and gave another bite at the apple and said, all right, we're going to make sure about whether or not you are the father or not. Okay, I understand.
Initially, she was open to another DNA test because she claimed that he had sent someone else to conduct the first one, and that's why it came back negative. But you won't believe how she will change her mind later during this hearing. It will be clear that for some reason, she doesn't want to do it. It's like she is hiding something, but the judge won't let it go. You can't make that type of claim, and then make it difficult when the option for the second test is on the table.
So at the time, I believe questions were asked of you as to whether or not there was any possibility, and I'm going to ask you again, at the time you got pregnant, were you with any other man during that time, a month after that time, or a month prior to that time?
No, sir.
Not, you know what I mean, sexually. And these are kind of embarrassing questions. So I'm just asking you, is there, in your opinion, is there any possibility that anyone else could be the biological father of this child?
No, sir.
Cap. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. This is why we should have paternity tests at birth. This is why. Do it right when the baby comes out. Not soon, obviously. You want the potential father and the mother to, see the baby, hold the baby, do the baby stuff, nurture and stuff like that. But if I was in this situation, I'd rather have known right then and there that that's not my child. I already had that pain right then and there that that's not my child. Then to wait 18, 16, whatever years later and realize that's not my child. Because she's like, it's like, as a guy, you know that you sleep with her. You know that, right? You sleep with your girlfriend, wife, whatever the case may be. You go back and forth, you sleep with her, right? You don't know if she's sleeping with someone else. Only she knows. So a situation like this, when he asked her that question, and she said, no, he's the only one I've been with. He's the only one I have sex with. He's the only one that possibly had, had a baby with. And they can sit there and just lie. And the crazy thing about it is, as they sitting there lying, when it comes out, because reading the title, it seems like he's not the father. So when it comes out that he's not the father, then what happens to the woman for lying? Is it just like, oh, actually I do know who the father is. Oh, it could have been someone else actually. Then what happens after that? It's just like slapping the wrist. Hey, you should know. You should have better, education on sex, or know more about who the people that you're having sex with and practicing safe sex and all this other stuff. It's like, you give her that speech and just get her slap on the wrist or some shit like that. It's like, it's crazy. I can't imagine if a guy go to court and lie like this, some shit, and then get caught in the lie. I don't know. That's just crazy to me. I don't. That shit need to happen at birth. Like,
Okay, so you're absolutely certain it can only be Xavier Thigpen?
Yes, sir.
Pay attention to her assertiveness. She sounds confident, like she knows exactly what she's talking about. But soon, it'll become clear that she's hiding something. The same woman who claims to be certain about who the father of her child is will later turn around and question why a DNA test is even necessary. It seems like she wants the judge to just take her word for it.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I understand. Okay. And so you were frustrated last time, but agreed to, okay, let's get the DNA test. Because I explained to you that if this was a stall tactic, then it doesn't matter because we can go way back on this child support issue. You understand that, right?
Sir.
Okay. So it was kind of like no harm, no foul. Let's get it cleared up, right? Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, were you surprised when this current DNA test result came back and said he was not the father?
Well, I didn't know that it didn't say that until after she showed me the picture. Because she said the reason that she showed me the picture was because it didn't come back positive. And I said that that's not him. And so, like I said, I was very surprised that he would do that. I mean, I'm not surprised, but I'm surprised given his status and things to that nature.
Okay. So and I want to make sure I have your testimony correct. You're stating that when you saw the picture, you're talking about the picture of the person that showed up and took the DNA test.
Yes.
That picture was taken by the people that were doing the testing, and that picture was supposed to be a picture of Xavier Thigpen, correct?
If that picture was shown right now and it was put to his face when he shows his face in this camera, everyone on this court would be able to see that that is not him.
Okay. Okay. So you're stating that, do you know who the picture is? Who the person is?
It's his older brother.
Okay. All right. So you're questioning the validity of the test.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Thank you. I don't have any other questions. So what you're asking is for a test that you can confirm that Mr. Thigpen does actually submit to. That you're asking for what you believe you need a valid test. Period.
Yes.
So you understand we're just trying to get to the correct result. You understand that, Mr. Thigpen?
Yes, sir. Correct.
All right.
I understand. That's why I said,
Okay.
like, I know the court had power to subpoena the video footage from the time I went in there. I went in there at 10 o'clock. I was a little late, probably like 10:17. Like, I went in there with just my ID, mask, just like the instructions said. So, like, as far as trying to throw my name up because I worked hard for who I am and what I've gotten in life, that's crazy.
She claimed that he sent his brother to take the test on his behalf, which is why the results came back negative. But he has a completely different story. He also pointed out that as someone who's worked hard to build a stable life for himself, it wouldn't make any sense to risk it all just to avoid paying child support. And honestly, that's a fair point.
Okay, you've heard my questions for Mr. Thigpen, right?
Yes.
And you've heard Mr. Thigpen swear under oath that he did appear and he did take the picture and he did submit to the test. You heard him say that, right?
Yes.
And you've heard Mr. Thigpen acknowledge that is not him in the photo, and that somehow the test result is flawed because they attached the wrong photo to the test result, right?
Yes.
So I'm ready to rule. Here we go. This is my ruling. I do find I have jurisdiction in this case. And I have admitted State's Exhibit 1, which is showing a negative test result, but the picture of someone other than Mr. Thigpen as the person that took the test. So therefore, if I'm going to rely on that DNA test, it has to be reliable. And it's not, because there's questions still about whether or not a proper DNA test was done, or whether or not there was some type of a mix-up by the DNA test people, or whether or not some type of fraud was being committed. Okay? I don't know. So I know how I'm going to fix that. I'm going to order this case. I'm going to have this case reset for a date in person in Matagorda County. And at that reset date, I'm ordering the parties to both come and submit at that point in time in court to an in-person date to submit to DNA testing here in Matagorda County, where the court can supervise the paternity testing. So I'm ordering both parties to come to court on a specific date, submit to paternity testing here in Matagorda County. And that way, we're going to eliminate any funny business, any confusion. The court's going to supervise this testing. and make sure that the testing is done here, where that way we see Mr. Thigpen shows up, Mr. Thigpen gets tested, and there's not going to be any mix-up because he's going to be the person that's going to be taking get the picture taken of, and it'll be his DNA that'll be taken, as well as yours again, Miss Bernard. We're going to have a brand new test done here.
Any woman who truly knows the identity of her child's father would actually welcome this decision. The judge ordering a new DNA test to clear everything up is a great idea. And that's exactly what's going to make this case interesting. She won't like it. Even though she previously showed a lot of confidence when pointing him out as the father, she's about to completely lose it over the judge's decision. Suddenly, she's going to come up with all sorts of excuses for why the test shouldn't be done again, and that says a lot. Now, let's see what she has to say about it.
Supervised by the court in Matagorda County. You understand, Ms. Bernard?
Yeah, so I have to bring my son back to the institute, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Fortunately, it's in the summertime. School's out. I know you're.
Yeah, but you can't keep explaining to a 5-year-old that you have to go get tested. You got to pull him out of school, and he's asking, "Mommy, I'm not sick. Why am I going to the doctor in front of everybody?" That's embarrassing.
Okay, ma'am.
What? Did I miss something? What does that even mean? He's a 5-year-old. Who cares? Like I'm not trying to be like disrespectful or anything like that, but he's a 5-year-old. Like, I'm sorry, kid. We gotta go to the hospital and go retake this test. Like, who like you're the mom. Like, who I don't think a child will be crying because he had to get his mouth swabbed. That takes about like what, 7 minutes? No, not even 3 minutes, maybe. To sit down, go like this or whatever. They put in whatever they do, pack it up, zip it, whatever they do, and they good to go. I mean, it shouldn't. I don't think a child would. I think any child would be happy to get out of school. So I don't. I don't see that being a problem.
Let's see what she has to say about it.
Supervised by the court in Matagorda County. You understand, Ms. Bernard?
Yeah, so I have to bring my son back to the institute, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Fortunately, it's in the summertime. School's out. I know you're.
Yeah, but you can't keep explaining to a 5-year-old that you have to go get tested. You got to pull him out of school, and he's asking, "Mommy, I'm not sick. Why am I going to the doctor in front of everybody?" That's embarrassing.
Okay,
For a
ma'am.
situation that's unnecessary.
Okay, ma'am.
Imagine causing all this drama just because you are worried about how a 5-year-old will react to being taken out of school. I'm not sure who she thought she was fooling. But anyone with common sense can see there's something off about her response. I mean, let's be real. There's no need for a long discussion or any major convincing when it comes to pulling a 5-year-old from class for something like this. He's too young to fully grasp what's happening, so her argument doesn't hold up at all. At this point, it's pretty clear she doesn't want the test to be done again, because this time, it'll be supervised by the court. There won't be room for any errors, and maybe that's exactly what she's afraid of. That's the only explanation that makes sense for how she's reacting.
Very.
Okay, ma'am. First of all, the court date is July the 8th.
I understand that, but I'm saying initially I had to do that. Now I'm having to take him again somewhere to get tested, and he's not, in his mind, he knows, "Mommy, I'm not sick. What's going on with me?" You
Okay,
can't explain
ma'am.
to a child, you have to go get tested for DNA.
And
He's
how old is your
grown.
son?
He just turned 5. And do you
Okay.
think his dad called him? No, he didn't.
Okay, ma'am, please don't interrupt me. Let me address your frustration. Your son's 5. Okay? At 5 years old, you can pretty much just say, "Hey, we're just doing something." He's not going to the doctor. Okay? They're just going to do the DNA swab testing here. Okay? Or whatever testing they do. It'll be quick, it'll be done, it'll be finished.
Was she crying because she was upset about her son's day being disrupted by a DNA test? Did she honestly expect everyone to believe she's just worried about his reaction? That's probably the last thing on her mind. What she's really concerned about is the result of that test, and she's clearly trying to avoid it. I think she expected the judge to just take her word for it, and declare him the father based solely on what she said. That would explain the confidence she showed when she insisted he was the one, as she wasn't with anyone else at that time. But the judge is going to need more than just her word to make that kind of ruling.
Okay, man, do you understand? I'm
Yes.
trying to resolve this. I cannot resolve it on evidence that is not reliable. Do you understand, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. If he comes back positive, that issue of paternity goes away. He's dad, end of story. We move on, we finish. I am going to finish this case. Do we understand, Ms. Bernard?
Yes.
Okay. And if the right thing turns out to be that Mr. Thigpen is not the father, then Mr. Thigpen, the right result is that Mr. Thigpen is not the father. If that's what the test shows, a reliable test. Do you understand, Ms. Bernard?
Yes.
Okay. And I know those words are hard for you to hear when you have testified and said there is no way that anyone else can be the father but Xavier Thigpen. I get how hard that is for you. But ma'am, that is simple.
Well, is that's not really hard to comprehend. That's not hard at all to comprehend. I mean, only she knows who she has sex with. So for that to be something hard to comprehend, I don't see that being the case. I mean, how can you like? She can be like, yeah, he's the father. I know 100% the father. If it comes back that he's not the father, then I mean, she can think in her head, the other person or the other guy or whoever else that she's been having sex with, he's possibly the father. Like that's not complicated at all. That's easy. Only the woman knows who the father is of the child is. Like, it's not like this is not complicated. Like, if he's not the father, she knows somewhere down the line that whoever she's been with, that guy or the other guy or whoever could possibly be the father. Like that's not really hard to understand.
Your word against his. And so I need, with the test results, I eliminate that problem. I forever eliminate that problem.
But seriously, what exactly did she expect the judge to base his ruling on? He said it perfectly. Right now, he doesn't have enough evidence to make a decision. That's why a second DNA test is the only way to clear up any remaining doubts. As the judge pointed out, all he has at this point are her words, and that alone isn't enough to prove he's the father. Without solid evidence, there's really not much the judge can do. That's why ordering another test is the most reasonable and appropriate step to take.
But I will tell you, had that test result come back from Mississippi and the result said negative and his picture was there and it appeared that he went and showed up, then we got a whole different problem of you saying that's not valid, can't be valid. That doesn't mean we couldn't have had another test. But with the picture not even matching up, it made it easy for me to order a test, but a test here in Matagorda County. I don't want any funny business going on. I don't want any confusion going on. I want it clear and I want it done and I want it done right. You understand, Ms. Bernard? So do you understand my ruling?
Yes.
She wanted the judge to say he sent someone else, so he would declare him legally the father without further testing. I don't think he is the father. She is beside herself that he gets another test. He's not the father. If she's not lying, she would want the test. I have a feeling he is not the father. She doesn't want another DNA. I wonder why or what she is hiding. The mother should welcome another DNA test. Why is she so upset?
Y'all are now ordered to come back on July the 8th. Y'all are ordered to appear in court that day. We're proceeding with or without y'all on that day. And that is my ruling. And I do believe my ruling is in the best interest of the child. And I do have jurisdiction of this case. So is there anything else, Ms. Lee?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
The truth is, she's always understood his ruling. And deep down, she knows it's the only real way to clear everything up. And that's exactly where the problem lies. It seems like she doesn't want the truth to come out, which explains why she kept trying to convince the judge to change his mind, even breaking down in tears over it. Yet, she still wants everyone to believe she's certain he's the father of her child. But let's be honest. Either she genuinely doesn't know who the father is, or she knows for a fact that it's not him, and now she's afraid the second test will finally expose the truth.
Are you oppressed, and if so, how?
Yeah. I'm being told at age 16, 17 that you're going to be making hundreds and hundreds of dollars if you sell them content of you naked. Is that not like...
Is that oppression or opportunity?
You think that's an opportunity?
Or a privilege?
Respectfully, I think that you have a serious victim complex. You said that you were put in this position, but you're also telling me that someone came to you and told you, hey, you can make a lot of money.
Not one person.
Multiple people told you, hey, you can make a lot of money if you do this work. And then did you...
I don't know what this video is right here playing. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Whatever. I think that's that podcast, whatever, or something like that. I'm not even gonna get too in depth of whatever they're playing right now. But I wish it was a follow up of the actual case of showing whether he's the father or not. I strongly believe he's not the father. Strongly believe. I'll put my savings on that. I'm pretty sure he's not the father. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's just crazy. I honestly don't know what to say about this. This is crazy because it's like if he's not the father, which I'm pretty sure he's not, is she have like is she gonna get any kind of pay for court costs for this for coming there or like is it gonna be any fault on her to blame someone else that's not the father of the child? It seems like more of a money grab. Like he's around. I know where he's at. So I'm gonna try to get him to be the father. Oh no, your brother probably took it. Yeah. Try to get it to, try to push through past like getting testing. And then when that fails, is this attitude of, oh my God, I got a 5-year old. This 5-year old is gonna be tripping that he has to go to the doctors and the judge already told her that he's not even going to the doctor. He's coming here. It's gonna be a quick squat. Like it's not that bad. He's open his mouth. They just do a little whatever, and then put in I don't know, container jar, whatever the case may be. Um, and that's it. It'd be in and out. It'd be like probably like a 2-3 minute thing. To be honest, should take that long. They'd be in and out pretty much. So that whole I gotta explain up to my 5-year old why he going out of school, thinking he's sick. Mommy, I'm sick. Like I don't know where she was going with that, but yeah, all this can be mitigated if there's just testing at birth. All this will be mitigated. The dude is 5 years old, and this young man don't have a child in his a father in his life. My man, not child, obviously, but a father in his life. And if she knows who the dad is, which maybe she do, maybe she don't, or maybe she's unsure, or who it could be, or whatever like that, the case. Maybe she really truly believe like he's the father. Like maybe she don't think it could be any possible person. You know what I mean? Maybe she truly think it's him. But nonetheless, at the end of the day, who takes the L in this situation? The kid. The kid. The kid. Because now the kid gotta know that mommy was probably going back and forth on the phone because I've been there. I heard him, my aunts doing that. I heard him, my uncles been doing that. I heard being around other people doing when they talking about so and so, they dad ain't shit, they dad ain't that, and they kid is like right there next to them. That kid is somewhere playing with toys, listening to him. Like it's just the kid lose in this situation. The kid lose because he grows up without a father. I'm pretty sure it's a he, if I'm not mistaken, but he grows up without a father. That's not a W. I grew up without a father. I managed to do good just because I went to the military. Then I got hit in the head, which changed how I used to be back in the past. I used to be just unserious, wild, whatever. But changed my whole mood mindset that when I used to be, but that's just a rare situation. In situations like this, he's just gonna grow up without a dad. Maybe he will do good. There's a lot of people out there. There's probably people watching this screen right now who didn't have a dad who's doing wonderful in life right now. If I had a beautiful family, nice career, still, if I had a choice, still had a dad to call, I would have a choice to have a dad to call. You know, but the child losing the situation, like it's just crazy to me. But oh well, man. Oh well.